Hello children out there, I'm very glad that we are back on the e-learning teachers project after that short break. Yes, with you in the background, I feel very comfortable because I wouldn't like to talk to nobody. And when I see you and get to know that you are following us on the e-learning teachers project Uganda, I am very happy because the feedback that I get from you, that we get from you, shows that you appreciate. We always work with people who appreciate, and when you share appreciation, when you appreciate what we do, and we also appreciate what you do, then of course we can move on well and sail in this boat of the e-learning teachers project Uganda. My name has always been Teacher Baruli Aderi Enoch, and I'm taking you in, as always, English. And here we are after our short break. Yes, we want to keep on looking at grammar. Remember very well, grammar is the way we use words, even signs, symbols, in a language so as to communicate properly, but using and following proper rules, proper order of words. We use the letters of the alphabet to form words, and then words with words help us to communicate. What did we say communication is, George? What is communication? Yes, in simple terms, thank you, George. As you have said, communication is the sending and receiving of information. Sometimes people say and, you know, and other ways or other elements of communication. Communication is the sending and receiving of information. And sometimes people say even data, that is communication. So in language, we communicate. And before we went out for break, we were looking at the words, which words, comma, when used well, comma, will help us communicate well. I said, and will never forget what I've said, that it's important to use words as you communicate to people. As I communicate to you, communicate with you, I must and have to use, it is necessary for me to use words that you understand. So we are here using the words that we understand. For sure, Naomi, there's no new word you see here on this board. Nothing is new. But we need to be very careful because each time you see a word, you saw it yesterday, you saw it last week, and you have seen it today, and you are going to see it tomorrow, it becomes a part of you. So it becomes familiar. It is no longer strange. It is not new to you. It's not news. So we went out for break after we had looked at how some words change from verbs to nouns. Words keep on changing. Well, someone can say that these words are like the chameleon. Yes, the science teachers, I have a friend called Mr. Obeya Philium, who is very good at teaching science. He has always talked about things that change from one form to the other. Some from the gas, others, he knows better. Meet him, he'll tell you more about how things change from one state to another. Now, the chameleon changes its color, doesn't it? The chameleon changes its color, doesn't it, Joan? Oh, yes, it does. The chameleon changes its color, comma, doesn't it? Then the answer will be, yes, it does. The chameleon can change its color, can't it? Jeremiah? The chameleon can change its color, can't it? Answer? Good, yes, it can. So we are using that helping verb there. As you see, we are using words, playing with words and other words. We are using them because they have a piece of work they do. They have a duty. They have a function. So every word has a function in communication. Each time I use the word go, then you must be sure that I'm commanding. Sometimes I can give a command. I can sound a command in a simple way. Go. Go, please. Go away, will you? I'm commanding. I may be smiling, but I'm commanding. And so the word go has a message. Go has a message, which message is a function. It is its work. So that word go is an action. Go is an action word. So it is showing an action of going. If I go to Kampala tomorrow, I shall be able to see the Constitutional Square. If I go, action word. So that is a verb. So words in language are given their parts of speech, are given their groups of words, their families of words, their categories of words. They are classified that way because they do that. Look, are you there, John? Yes. A driver is called a driver because what does he do? John? He drives. Come on, you went to school and you have come to class. A driver is called a driver because he drives. Yes. Kafuma is called a student because he studies. Come on. Kafuma Stephen is called a student because he studies. So student noun from studying verb gives you a student, a handsome student called Kafuma Stephen. So Kafuma Stephen is a student in senior 3. Why? He studies, he goes to school. A head teacher is a head teacher noun because he heads the teachers. Okay, she heads the teachers. So words are given their groups, they are given their function, their names rather, because they do that, because of the function that they do. So we want to see how we can change nouns into nouns from adjectives. How we can form, how we can formulate, how we can create. We are going to create nouns from adjectives. But before we go to that, we want to look at the fact that we are still handling rights, responsibilities, and freedom. We want to see how children, how animals went through the children, and of course animals have children. Young ones. Yes, we're going to see the piglets, the porklings. Then we're going to see the puppies. What are we else going to see, Emma? The calves. Thank you. If you have calves, what about one, Emma Papa? Many calves, then one calf. You've come to class. Yes, Muchibi. Which other young of an animal do you want to talk about? Puppies, we've talked about puppies. Kittens, thank you very much, kittens. Do you think kittens are the young, Muchibi? Do you think kittens are the young of a duck? Of course not, thank you very much. Kittens, Muchibi has reminded us, has reminded me that kittens are the young of cats. They are young cats, C-A-T, and so on. So you are going to see how we look at rights, or those animals have rights. They have things, they have needs which need to be taken care of. The right to eat. Animals need to be fed, to be given something to eat. I remember telling a story of a neighbor who kept dogs, and yet in his family he had a number of children. Little did he know that he did not have enough food to feed his children on. Now, how come he had 4 dogs, 4 grown-up dogs? Not enough food to feed his children on, and again, not enough food to feed his dogs on. So he was mistreating these animals. So these animals have their rights. They have to be fed. They have to be taken for treatment when they fall sick. And that is why we have doctors, special doctors who treat animals, special doctors who treat animals. Yes, Nakaiza, what do you call special doctors? Doctors who take care of the health of animals. Good, veterinary doctors, not vet doctors, veterinary doctors. Thank you, Nakaiza. So they have rights, they have responsibilities. Yes, as you see, the first animal to be tamed, people say, and the books say that the first animal to be tamed, and he agreed to be tamed first. Which animal was that one that agreed to be tamed first? Yes, Fatia? The dog. Yes, the dog was tamed first. Then, Subi, why did we say that the dog was tamed first? Why? Of what importance was the dog to man? Subi? Yes, in order to protect him, to give him protection so that he could be protected. Also, there's another reason why man tamed the dog. For what reason? Yes, Peace Paul? For hunting, thank you. The dog helped man to hunt. Man could run, but not faster than a dog. So the dog could run as fast as even faster than some of those animals, and then could catch them, could get hold of them, and then bite them and bring them to the master hunter. But not the dog is the master hunter, come on, the hunter of hunters. But the master of the hunting dogs was a man. So these dogs have responsibilities. We talked about the ox. Which cow is well trained to do work, and that ox has another ox, and another ox, another ox, and another ox. So how many do you have? An ox, an ox, an ox, an ox, an ox. How many? Yes, Juma? And my question, how many? Thank you. How many oxen? Yes. How many oxen? We have 5 oxen. So those have responsibilities. They have work. Responsibility means a duty. Work that I have to do that is expected of me. And then freedom. These animals, like children of people, have their freedom. They need to be free. But at times we see animals which are tied onto very heavy chains. A small puppy, because he keeps barking so much, is tied to a very heavy chain, and the puppy can never move. Not well fed, sometimes caned and kicked. Okay, so he's not free to move around. But anyway, dogs, when dogs are set free, they can become a problem. They can become a menace, a big challenge. I can imagine these dogs throwing their dung everywhere. It's not very good. But dogs are very important because they gave us security. So we're looking at rights, responsibilities, and freedom, and we are now looking at animal needs and freedom. We are looking at their needs, what they need, and their freedom. And our proverb now is the last straw. The last straw breaks the horse back. Okay, we are talking about animals, and here we are talking about an animal called the... Hey, stop dozing. Esther, stop dozing. Wake up. Which animal is mentioned in this proverb of ours? The last straw breaks the horse back. Yes, Esther? The horse. Thank you very much. The horse. Some people in their local language say, farasi. Farasi, embarasi. You know, people jump onto horses and then can ride. They take horse rides. I've never had a horse ride. I've ever had a donkey ride, but not even a camel ride. But I had a donkey ride in the UWEC, Uganda Wildlife Education Center. Very well kept place for animals. So the last straw. Here, straw does not mean the straw that you used to drink soda. No, it's not that straw. Straw here means grass. Someone sat back and imagined that a horse, and we know that a horse is a very strong animal. And when the horse carries a lot of load, L-O-A-D, much grass is put on the back, and the horse is there waiting for the owner, for the master to pull the reins, and then he moves. And then more grass is put on the horse, more grass. Then the owner says, my horse is very strong. Put more grass on the back, more grass on the horse. And the horse does not complain, more grass on the... Yes. Do you remember? Do you remember where we stopped? We have been saying that someone may have a strong horse, and then he puts loads, he puts more grass onto the back of the horse, more grass and more grass. And then while he thinks that the horse is still strong enough to hold the load which is put on the back, he decides to put the last grass onto the horse back, onto the back of the horse. Then under that grass, the horse collapses. The horse falls down with the back broken. So in English you say that we should be very careful, because don't at all overuse something or someone. Don't take someone for granted and say, that one is a strong boy. Give him more work. You're going to cause child abuse. That is violation of children's rights. Let him carry even a 20-liter jerrycan full of water. That boy of 8 years of age, no, he's still too young. So here we have to say, the last straw breaks the horse back. Make sure you get what is enough, only what is enough for someone to do, only what is enough for the animal to carry. So the last straw, the last grass